Hello, Christmas Flixers. Welcome back to season 6 of Chicks on Christmas Flicks, where we can never have too many Christmas movies. We can only have not enough Christmas movies. Hey everybody, I'm Brady, and I am back just after Christmas, right? I totally wanted to to post a couple of episodes earlier, but life happened. I was not feeling well at all, honestly. It has taken some more time than I would like for my body to adjust to all that new medication that I was taking. So I know I said I was going to be on sooner, but I was sick as a dog. And then it's like my body wouldn't adjust to the medicine, and then all of a sudden it adjusted. So I took my medicine like last night before bedtime. I took some this morning when I woke up, and for the first time in forever, I didn't feel like the world was spinning around me or like I was getting motion sickness just by opening my eyes, So today, for the first time in a while, I kind of feel like myself again, mostly. I have to stay hydrated is what I have, figured out. And my idea of hydrated is not hydrated enough. I have to overhydrate from my perspective, which, means a lot more trips to the restroom, but it also means that I don't feel like crap all day long. So, I think I figured out the formula, and so I'm feeling a little better. I've had zero energy to honestly do anything. I didn't even fully decorate my house. I decorated my tree, but I didn't fully decorate my house. And so I just, I've just kind of been getting through the holidays. And I've written my notes for the shows, and oh my gosh, I have so much to talk about because, of course, I was truly in a state of couch potato. And I really could do nothing else except to watch movies. So I have watched a ton of Christmas movies this season. But honestly, because I wasn't feeling good, I really was feeling nostalgic for my comfort movies, right? So I've really kind of had to fight myself to watch new movies. I've really been watching my old favorite standards. For example, one of them is Season's Greetings. I watched Season Greetings. It's on Amazon Prime now. Oh my gosh, that's one of my favorite, all-time favorite Christmas movies, and it is now on Amazon Prime. So it was on Fossum. It's still on Fossum. As a matter of fact, I watched it on Fossum, but then I found out it was on Amazon Prime this morning. And of course, I watched it again. So I've just been watching a lot of classics, a lot of older movies that I love so much. A lot of the Christmas classics, from Hallmark and other channels, Lifetime, other channels that they're not actually on, Hallmark, Lifetime, or their regular channels. They're actually on streaming apps. And so, if you have Netflix, if you have Prime, if you have Disney Plus, there are so many movies that are on those platforms. You could, all day, just watch old movies, old TV Christmas movies, and you just be loving life, honestly, and never watch a new one. Of course, I had to watch some new movies, for the show. And then I was able finally to get back into writing my book. So, oh my goodness, I've been taking a class for my book, and I've been writing my new book. And taking the class has really inspired me to try some things that I hadn't considered before. So I'm making progress for the first time in a while. But I mean, it's all slow progress. It's like I have like a burst of energy for like a couple of hours, and then after that I'm like a potato for a couple of hours, and I get a burst of energy for a couple of hours, and then I'm a complete potato for a couple of hours. So I'm doing this show while I have a little burst of energy. Anyway, before I get to the lineup for today, there's a lot I have in the lineup. I really wanted to do a testimony time. I have to share this with somebody, and so it's going to be you guys that hear this. So if you don't want to hear my testimony, skip ahead. You can skip ahead to St. Nick shout-outs, and you'll catch up with the show. But for those of you who actually want to listen in, this is a good one. This is another good one. It kind of involves, the 9-to-5 stuff. So anyway, aside from my health challenges, which have been, many, it's been really tough. Like, even I'm so glad I work from home. I go down to I have my office downstairs, and I sit at my desk, and I'm there all day. But sitting there when you don't have energy, when you're struggling to like not be a potato at work, right? You have to get work done. You have to answer requests. You have to do that. It's been a struggle lately. I feel, for a while, like I kind of felt like no matter how much progress I was making in any area, like I was just hitting a wall. I don't know if you guys have felt that. Like, you feel like almost like the hamster in a wheel, right? Like you're moving, but you're not, you're kind of in the same place. So I felt like, I honestly felt like, I hit the wall, but that I was like constantly under attack. And when I say that, I mean that there was always a problem. Like everywhere I turned, everything I did, even things I did innocently, like it didn't mean to have adverse impacts or whatever. Like everything was such a struggle. And so I felt like I feel like I'm on a good path spiritually. Like more than ever in my life. I think I am on the right path, right? I wake up and like I want to learn. I want to read the Bible. I want to read my daily word. I want to read my Jesus Calling. Like I want to read all the scriptures. I want to. It's not even like a rote, like religious thing. It's I really want to get more into the word. I want to understand. I want to do things the right way. I want to do the right things the right way. More so than any other time in my life. Over the past couple of years, I have been for sure on that track. I've been for sure trying to get the way I live aligned with what I think is right based on what I'm reading in the Word. So, I feel like I thank the Lord for every blessing I've received and everything. I'm truly thankful. But at the same time, I felt like I was just constantly under attack. And I didn't know. So I was just praying. I was downstairs at my desk. I was just praying. I was like, Lord, just put a hedge to protect. Just let me do the things that I'm trying to do, the right things. You don't even have to, like, I'm not asking for a lottery win or anything. I just wanted to not be so hard to just do the stuff that I know that I'm supposed to do. I want to not be sick, and I want to, I just want to feel like I don't have this fight all the time, and that this constant pushback. So I asked the Lord to put a hedge of protection around me, just so that I could do the things that He's put in my heart. So I ended the prayer there, right? Got back to work, did my whole thing. Not sure I felt a whole lot better. I think I felt better just airing it, right? It's like the airing of grievances. But anyway, so that night I went to sleep. And I had this vivid dream. I don't know if you guys are like this, but most of the time I dream, I wake up, I forget. I don't even know what I dreamt. I know it was vivid. I know I saw it. I may remember a tiny piece of it, but I don't remember like a full dream. This night I had a dream that I was vivid and I remembered it. So I was in this park somewhere. I went some campgrounds. Now, first of all, I don't know if you know me, but I don't do camping. So I'm already, it's like a fish out of water, right? I'm already somewhere that I'm not usually, right? As I say that, I'm thinking that's probably part of the message that came to me, because I'm in a position where I'm not usually. I wouldn't even be there. It's like it's not even a place I would choose to be. Like if you said, Carla, do you want to go camping? My answer is no, I don't want to go camping. There's nothing in the woods for me. So I'm already somewhere where I don't want to be there, right? And so I was with my son, and I was with a younger version of my son, right? So he was young and he was depending on me, and he's holding my hand, and we're standing in kind of this clearing, and out of like, I don't know, out of the air, I hear my dad's voice. My dad's voice is very distinct. He's got this deep tenor. It's like, if you ever heard his voice once, you will know if you heard it again. So there's no denying, like, it was my dad's voice. And so my dad's voice comes out and says, "That's a sidewinder." I don't know if you guys know what sidewinders are. Now, listen, I'm not an outdoorsy person whatsoever, but I know what a sidewinder is because I'm scared to death of snakes. So I look up with my son's hand in my hand, and there's this long snake coming towards me. And my dad's voice says, "It's a 15-footer. And it wasn't like a python. It wasn't like a thick snake. It was like a little skinny snake. But so anyway, this snake comes lunging toward me. And as it gets close to me, out of nowhere, this old man, just like faceless man. I never saw his face. I only saw the back of him. This old man and his dog come out. It was a white Labrador retriever. And this white lab comes out, and he and this old man, what did he have in his hand? I can't even remember. He had something in his hand, and he comes and chases the snake away, and they fight the snake back. And he's get away, go, he says that to the snake. And then he stops, and he and the dog just stand there and wait to see if the snake is retreating. And it starts to go, but then it starts to come back toward me, and he jumps out again, and he's like, "No, get away, go." And this dog is fierce. I have never seen a Labrador retriever that fierce. And I love labs. Like, he's the golden lab, like the white golden lab. And this one is fierce. He's like chasing this snake. And he's like, rah, 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 just growling and snarling at it and scaring the snake to death. And so they fight the snake back. And this goes on like 2 or 3 more times where the snake lunges at me and they chase him away. And then finally, the snake turns tail, like turns in the opposite direction and bounces away. I don't know if you guys remember the commercials where the snakes are like in a coil and they just bounce away like a spring, like they coil up like they're on a spring and they just bounce in a different direction. And that's how it ended. Like it was like a snake coiled up, and then he just kind of bounced away on the back of his slithery butt. So and then I woke up. I woke up and I had this moment where I felt like safe. And like I said, I don't remember all of my dreams, but I remembered this one. And then I put together that I had this prayer, and I felt like that was a message for me, and that was probably the reason I could remember it. And I felt like the message was that even when you're in a strange place, if you ask for protection, there's always an angel or angels coming to protect you from what you fear is attacking you or wants to attack you. And I felt like it was so fast. I think there's one thing about being in this stage that I'm in right now, in this season that I'm in right now. Like when I ask for help, the confirmation or the answers come so fast. Like used to be, it would take weeks for me. Not now. It might take me a day, less than a day. And somehow I feel like I get an answer. So, anyway, I think that's my message to everybody. It's just, even when you are feel like you're in a strange place, or you're constantly under attack, or every direction you move in, you feel like you're going in the right way, but you always hit this resistance. Just remember that there's angels there protecting you from bad things, and that I think if you just pray, that you figure out the right direction, you'll go in the right direction, and things will get better. So, the Lord usually has to beat me over the head for me to get messages, but he didn't have to beat me over the head for that one. I got that pretty quickly. Anyway, so today we're going to talk about some great movies. So that's the end of testimony time. Okay, now we're going to move into movie time. This is what you came for. All right. So today we're going to talk about some great movies that, a mix of movies that I got to see over the past couple of weeks. Now, let me just tell you this, give you advance warning. This is probably going to be a blooper episode so that I can get through it and get this posted. So there are going to be mistakes. There are going to be hums, and whatevers. There's probably going to be some pauses, some long pauses. That just comes with me getting the show out as quickly as possible. And then next week I will try to do much better. But this week I'm on the struggle bus. I hope you guys just bear with me. I am on the struggle bus. I am trying my best to get something out for you guys. So that's the first thing, is blooper episodes. 2 is they're going to be back-to-back, because there's so many movies. I actually could do 3 back-to-back shows, but I haven't finished watching all the movies. They are on my DVR. So over the next couple days, I'm going to finish watching movies on my DVR, but I have so much content, so many movies that I have watched. You're going to get the ratings and reviews. You're going to get the hot or not chick picks. And I think we're just going to do that for the next 2 or 3 episodes. And then we'll get back into some of the longer episodes where we talk about what's coming up and what we're watching and all that good stuff. All right. So today we're going to talk about some great movies. We Met in December. Autumn Reeser, Niall Mater, My Secret Santa, A Sprinkle of Christmas, which is on Netflix. And My Secret Santa is on Netflix too. That's Alexandra Breckenridge. I love her. A Christmas Cookbook. That's Ashley Newborough on Lifetime. And The Christmas Campaign. Then we have A Grand Ole Opry Christmas. The More the Merrier. Christmas at the Catnip Cafe. That's on Hallmark. There's been a couple of series that I've been watching, but I think I'm going to do a show about all the really good series that you can get on demand now, or that are playing during the week. Now, I think you're really going to have to watch all of these on the app because, Christmas is past, and now like Lifetime and Up TV are no longer showing their Christmas content. So you're going to have to see some of this on demand. But there are a lot of really good series out there. So if you haven't seen them, stay tuned. Not the next show, but the show after the next show. That is where I'm going to highlight some of the great series that are out there, including the 12 Dates Till Christmas, which I have not finished watching. I did start, but I haven't finished. I also haven't finished watching Mistletoe Murders. Haven't finished watching that yet. So those are a couple of series. And then there's more I haven't watched. So I'm going to try and get those in. And then the last movie that I'm going to talk about today is The Snow Must Go On. All right. First things first, though, St. Nick shout outs. As always, I love beginning the show with shout outs to the listener. It's my favorite tradition. I still can't believe I'm 6 seasons in, and next year is going to be my 7th season. Can you believe that? 7 seasons? I can't even imagine. So, I'm thankful. I'm thankful to everyone who listens in and who shows me some grace with my health challenges and putting out content recently. I have really just been on it. I have been under fire from my body firing at me, people externally firing at me. I've just been under fire, and I've just been trying to deal with all of it. And I finally feel like I'm kind of starting to come over the hump, but I won't really know until I go back to work. And I am on Christmas vacation, which is wonderful. So, I have plenty of time to catch up with my movies. But I gotta say thank you. Thank you to everyone who squeezes the podcast into their busy schedule or who makes time for the show outside of their busy schedules. Today, I'm going to give you the shorter version of the St. Nick shoutouts just because I'm going to try and get through a couple of shows back to back. And like I said, I'm going to get back to watching. Well, football's on this afternoon and it's on tomorrow. So I'm going to try and watch a game or two between today and tomorrow. And then I'm going to fit in movies the rest of the time. So stay tuned. There's more shows coming. I am not done. And plus, now that the season is over, once I finish kind of my ratings and reviews, I am going to do my top 10 to 15 shows for the 2025 season. And that should be good. I haven't even finished watching all the movies yet. So honestly, I don't have my list together yet. But I do think I have my top 5. Unless something drastically happens to change my top 5, I think I have my top 5. And I'm not going to tell you that until the show comes up. So you got to stay tuned and listen. All right. So the shorter version of the St. Nick shoutouts. I'm going to give some big love to 5 listener locations. Remember, I don't know who you are, but I know where you live. Number 1 is Salt Lake City, Utah. Yay! Salt Lake City, Utah. Thank you for joining the show. Number 2, Las Vegas, Nevada. Thank you for joining the show. Number 3, Los Angeles, California. Thank you for joining the show. Number 4, Council Bluffs, Iowa. And number 5, rounding out the list of St. Nick shoutouts today is Stockholm, Sweden. I don't know if you guys know that I have 1%. I'm 1% Swedish. Exactly 1%. I got my ancestry results. I am, I think, 10% Irish, 1% Swedish. And then I've got like a lot of African ancestry, of course. If you see me, I look more African than anything else. But if you see my dad's side of the family is they're all very fair skinned. Very light and fair skinned. My grandmother was super light. And so when I went to her house, I've kind of took responsibilities for all the family photos and getting those digitized and everything. And honestly, there's a woman, I have to ask my dad about her, but she looks straight Indian. She looks like Cherokee or Navajo or something. She's Indian. And I remember this woman. For some reason, I want to say I remember her quilting, and I remember her cooking. I remember her when I was really, really little. But I have to figure out where she fits in our family line. But there's some Indian in there. I believe she's a relative, and I believe that, because I remember her. It's like I can't conjure up that memory. And I remembered her before I saw the picture. And every time I would ask somebody from my family about this woman, I'd be like, and do you guys remember the Indian woman? Everybody'd be like, we don't know what you're talking about. But she was sitting right there in my grandmother's kitchen in this photograph. So somebody's got to remember her. So maybe now that they'll see the picture, it'll jog some memories. But anyway, I remember her. I do. I remember her very vividly. So it'll be interesting to see if, in addition to my Irish ancestry and my Nigerian ancestry and I think it was Ivory Coast, I don't know, it was like West African, but a bunch of West African countries. Like I'm a gumbo for real. I'm like West African gumbo. And then I have some English, like Wales, Irish, and then this 1% of Swedish. I'm a crazy mix of different. My genes are all over the place. I know where it comes from. I'll have to have, if you guys want to hear about this, let me know, and I will do a show where I will tell you. I actually have documentation that shows where at least my father's bloodline goes back to. My mother's bloodline goes back to my grandmother. My grandmother her family's from Trinidad. They were immigrants from Trinidad, and they were preachers. So my grandmother literally was a preacher's daughter. And so if you wonder where my spirituality comes from, honestly, I got it from both sides. I have a very conservative family from the South, and then I have this very conservative family that immigrated from the islands. So, so I got it honestly. I got it super honestly, but yeah, it's an interesting story. It is very interesting. Anyway, so that is it for St. Nick shout out. Next up is Ho 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 holiday headlines, and I don't have a whole lot to report for news today because I really want to focus on the ratings and reviews and the hot or not chick picks because I got so many. I have a lot to go through for the next 3 shows. Honestly, there's so much. What I wanted to mention to you guys is, in addition to, like I told you before, watching the new movies, I have rewatched a ton of movies. I can't even tell you guys how many I have rewatched. I have rewatched a ridiculous number of movies. There are a ton of movies, like I told you, on Prime and Netflix. If you want to see a classic, 9 times out of 10, it's on one of those 2 apps. You know what else I didn't know? And I just watched it. I have Samsung TVs. If you have Samsung TVs, you get Samsung Plus, TV Plus for free. It doesn't cost you a penny. You just gotta, sign into the app. And if you sign into the app, you hit guide on your remote control and it will bring up the TV guide. And there is a Lifetime channel. So all those classic movies that that we used to see on Lifetime, they're now on Samsung TV Plus, and they run all day long. Hallmark has a channel, Lifetime has a channel. There's like a romance channel. It just, all this free stuff is out there. I told you guys about Roku, Tubi, Fossum. I mean, if you want to see Christmas movies, there's plenty of places to see them. And you don't have to pay extra. You don't have to pay membership fees. But you do, if you use these free apps, you will have to watch commercials. That's the drawback. And if you have Netflix, of course, everything's available on Netflix. The problem I have, I think, with Prime and Netflix is they don't have channels where they kind of force feed you movies where you can like just turn it on and just let it run all day. Now you can do that on Samsung Plus, but you can't do that on the Prime app or the Netflix app. To me, they really could stand to take out a page out of Hallmark Plus's notebook on this one, right? Hallmark Plus is still running the 24/7 Christmas movie channel, 24/7 mysteries, 24/7 rom-coms, and they just re-added back 24/7 When Calls the Heart, because When Calls the Heart is the new season begins January 4th. So it begins next weekend. Gosh, time is just moving fast. Did you hear what I just said? January 4th is next week. We'll be in the new year next weekend. That's just ridiculous to me. I mean, not ridiculous, but ridiculous. In some areas of my life, time just feels like it's standing still. And in other parts, it feels like it is just zoom, like I'm in the express lane and I can't get off. So anytime that I don't want to watch the Hallmark Channel or any of the other streamers, or I don't want to burn things off of my DVR, I watch the Hallmark Plus. I honestly watch the Hallmark Plus Christmas movie channel, and honestly, that keeps me entertained, whether I sleep or not. So anyway, that is it for holiday headlines for today. Like I said, not a whole lot of news. I do have some stuff coming up in one of the next two shows. I think maybe in the third show, I will have actual news, especially for movies that are coming up in 2026. All right. Anyway, for this show, I've got ratings and reviews and hot or not chick pick. There are just too many movies for me to do full reviews on all of them. So I had to pick and choose. So for today, my ratings and reviews are for We Met in December, Grand Ole Opry Christmas, My Secret Santa, which is on Netflix, Christmas Every Day, Lifetime, and an Alpine Holiday. That was kind of a last minute ad because I finally got to watch it. So an Alpine Holiday, and that was a Hallmark movie. Okay. And then I'm going to take a break, and then I'm going to get into the hot or not chick picks. And I have about 7 or 8 movies for the hot or not chick picks. So got a lot of movies to get through today. All right. So let's start with We Met in December. This is Autumn Reeser and Niall Mater. The premise is Annie Lane and Dave Weeks meet in a holiday hotel. Falling in love, they embark on separate quests to find each other, sharing wisdom and making significant life changes. Okay, so let me tell you what my feelings about this. I really enjoyed this movie. I avoided it. I thought it was going to be too sappy or whatever, but I ended up really liking this one. First of all, I don't know about you guys, but I love Autumn with the long hair. Even if there were extensions, like, I love her with the long hair. She was in, she had country wedding. She had country wedding hair, right? If you remember that movie, Country Wedding. And so I really like it. This was a missed connection movie. It reminded me of one of my movies. It was not the same. One of my books. It was not the same as my book, but the character had the same name as one of my characters, right? The 12 Days of Christmas is my book. And so obviously Dave is a key character. And in this one, Dave is the main character. So again, misconnection movie. I actually love misconnection movies. That's when people kind of either have a passing, in a location or something where they see each other and they're like, hey, this person looks awesome, or you have that kind of spark, and then you lose one another, and then you, like, they have these sites where you can go on and post, like, I saw you at the Starbucks the other day. You had a red hat and blue shoes, right? And somebody, if that other person that you saw felt that same connection and wanted to find you too, they could potentially go to one of these sites and they could find you, right? And then you guys could arrange for a meeting anonymously, kind of arrange for a meeting in a safe location and take it from there. So that's the way the misconnection thing kind of works. In this movie, the characters, so Anne and Dave, they fall hard from one another. They really did have a great date night. But they only exchanged first names. They're supposed to be on the same flight, but Dave, leave it to a man, right? Overslept. I know. I'm joking. That's a joke. Guys, don't get your panties in a bunch. But anyway, he misses the flight. He oversleeps. He misses the dang flight. So now they kind of have to piece together these clues from their one night together to try and find one another by Christmas. To me, this was a good movie. It was well worth your time. It was heartfelt. It was romantic. Of course, they're both beautiful people, right? So, but aside from that, like, you could feel the connection between them. They had great chemistry, and you wanted to see them together. The final scene, all I can say is too sweet for words. How they finally find one another is just too sweet for words. I think, to me, right, this is more of a full-on romance. I wouldn't even call it a romantic comedy. I didn't laugh a whole lot, but it was full-on romance. And for me, I think that's why it kind of fell a little short of Merry Christmas, Ted Cooper, because Merry Christmas, Ted Cooper was funny, and I love funny movies. That is my partiality, right? It's not everybody else's cup of tea. Some people just want the full-on romance without the comedy. I want the comedy. So, for me, I give this 4.25 stars. 4.25 Christmas trees. Did you hear me? So, Ted Cooper still has 4.5 Christmas trees, and this one was 4.25 Christmas trees, meaning it's not far behind. It was good. If it was funnier, it probably would have, like, at least matched Ted Cooper. But because it wasn't funny, it didn't give me all the feels. All right. But for most people, you'll probably like that one. If you haven't seen it yet, it is on Hallmark Plus. Get Hallmark Plus. And Hallmark Plus is actually giving a bunch of deals. And like, I'm kind of mad about it because I'm paying full price. And they're giving like $2.99 for the first 5 months or something like that. I'm like, come on. Or you get like a 7-day preview, and then you like whatever it is. There's plenty of deals out there that you can get right now. You can subscribe to Hallmark Plus and like watch all the good movies, and then you can keep the service. I recommend keeping the service. I've had now Hallmark Plus. Really, I had it when it was whatever it was before Hallmark Plus. Like, it's been Hallmark Plus for so long that I've forgotten what it was before. But I had it. I've had that for like 5+ years, and I love it and especially love it now because all the movies that if I miss something on regular TV because I'm watching other stuff on other channels, I can catch up on Hallmark Plus. And that's kind of how I caught a few of these. I was sleeping. I would fall asleep in the middle of a movie or something like that because, I'm going through all this crap with my medicine. And what do you know? I wake up, turn on Hallmark Plus, and the movie's right there. So it's awesome for that. All right. Number 2 is Grand Ole Opry Christmas. This is another Hallmark movie. Okay, so the premise is Gentry Wade, who gave up on music after her father's death decades ago, must confront her past when Nashville's Grand Ole Opry invites her to honor her late country star dad at their Christmas celebration. This movie starred Christopher Palaha, which we know I love him, and Nikki DeLoach. I'm on the struggle bus with Nikki sometimes. Like, Nikki has done some really great movies, and she did one, and this one kind of gave me some of the feeling I got from the last one that angered me. That kind of turned me off of her for a while, which was Christmasland. And I'll get to why I felt like that in a minute. But anyway, so first of all, let me just say this. This movie had a lot of country music cameos. And like country music that like, I won't get into all the cameos, but you don't have to watch 10 minutes of the movie before you start seeing cameos. There's cameos all over the place. And then, did you guys catch Erin Cahill in the movie? She played like a tour guide in the beginning of the movie. I thought that was cute. But this movie immediately, what it reminded me of? Biltmore. Is it Biltmore Christmas? Is that what it's called? Where you had the time travel, but you kind of had the blend of the present and the future. It's not like, at least in the beginning of the movie, there was kind of a going to the past and coming back, and then going back. It's the same in kind of the Biltmore Hotel, right? The Biltmore Christmas, where Bethany Joy Lenz kind of goes to the past, and then she comes back, and then she goes back. That's kind of what this was, right? But eventually, she stays there. Here's the thing. And let's not, skate over the fact that Christopher Palaha was in A Biltmore Christmas too. So his 2 big movies over the past couple of years have been time travel movies. One with Nikki DeLoach and the other with Christopher Palaha. So here's the big twist in this one, though, is that she time traveled with Christopher Palaha, and they both understood they were time traveling, right? So they're both very aware of the fact they're in the past. They both adjust to the past. And I don't want to give a lot away. You know, I don't give away stuff. So, but I'll just say that they both adjusted to the past, and they both had, I think it's safe to say, family issues that they had to deal with and overcome from the past, which is why they probably got both sent back to the past. And kind of once they got in that resolution stage, then they came back. But it was interesting that you had two people go back in the past together, so that the one person doesn't seem completely insane, right? You know, at the end of A Biltmore Christmas, Christopher Polaha goes to the future with Bethany Joy Lenz. So they both know that she's not crazy, even though everybody around her probably thinks she would think she is if they knew what had happened. But Christopher Polaha knew that where she'd come from, and he knew where he'd come from. So how they're going to cover that up is a whole other thing. But anyway, so what I would say is I like the story. I really like the story. But to me, it did have a Christmas Land problem. And the Christmas Land problem, I would say, is that the character, and it's not Nikki DeLoach's fault for this, right? This is where it goes back to the writers. As a writer, you know, I give the credit where it's due, right? Whether it's bad or good, I give the credit where it's due. The character just kind of lets things happen to her. She doesn't speak up. She always, like, every time she gets ready to say something, she gets caught. She doesn't say anything. To me, like, if I saw, you know, my dad going through things in the past, and I'm there, and I know it's not right or something like that, like, I would have a very hard time in not speaking up, even if I knew that speaking up could change the course of the history. You would at least see me struggle with it. And I don't think you really see her struggle with it, is the big problem I have. She just kind of, like I said, she just kind of lets things happen. She kind of lets things go on around her. Yes, she does have a mission, and she does complete the mission, but I don't know. She was very passive to me, and for that reason, I gave this 4 Christmas trees. I would give it 4 Christmas trees. It was good. Don't get me wrong. This was probably one of the better movies, but I didn't like her character in particular, and it's not her acting that was the problem. It was how the story was written and how they didn't have her speak up enough. That was my issue with this. All right. Number 3 is My Secret Santa, which is on Netflix. The premise is Taylor disguises as Santa at a resort to fund her daughter's ski lessons. Working with the charming manager, Matthew, she finds holiday cheer and a chance at love amidst challenges. So this starred, of course, Alexander Breckenridge, which, you know, I could name other people, but you don't really need to know about them. Tia Mowry was also in this movie, you know, kind of played the protagonist role, right? Or the antagonist role, I should say. But Alexander Breckenridge, who I love her from Christmas Around the Corner. And This Is Us. I think she was in This Is Us for a while. I mean, she's done so many things that I just love her in. So, and then I saw the previews, right? And to me, it was obviously Christmas at Cartwright's, right? It was just that. If you've seen Christmas at Cartwright's, if you're a Hallmark lover, now there's probably a lot of people who have no idea. They don't watch Hallmark, and so it didn't strike them. But, you know, I watch Christmas movies all the time. So immediately I was like, Christmas at Cartwright's. Even to the point where they got the antagonistic character of Tia. And that the character from Trading Christmas. I can't remember her name. But anyway, they even had like similar roles. And there was a manager, similar role. Similar storyline, very similar. But then not similar enough that it could be different. But similar enough that if you'd seen both movies, you'd be like, yeah, it's kind of that. Right? I always say there's no ideas are original under the sun. So there was a familiarity with it, but at the same time, like I said, they had just enough twists in there to kind of make it unique. For me, I think I would give this 4 Christmas trees. Give it 4 Christmas trees. I like the story. I, of course, love her character. I don't know if that was her singing at the end, but if that was her singing at the end, I mean, she really makes me sick because she's beautiful and knows how to act and can sing. Like, like you shouldn't get all that. You should just like get one of those things. You should, or 2 of those things. Like you shouldn't get all that. And she plays an instrument and she sings, like that just would anger me. I really, really, really hope that she wasn't really doing that in the movie. I don't know if she was or not. I would love to ask her, but yeah. I love the movie. Like I said, to me, what stopped me from giving it a higher rating was the fact that it was similar to Christmas at Cartwright's, and I would say that the story was, even though it had a few twists in it that were, that kind of made it unique, it was still a lot like Christmas at Cartwright's, and I could pinpoint too many places in the movie where it was very similar to Christmas at Cartwright's. So for that reason, I would say it got a little bump down from a rating. Unless if it was a totally original movie, it probably would have gotten a higher rating from me. I did like it. I did like the story though, and I did like the characters, and I liked the kid. I liked the whole, I really did. I enjoyed the movie. So what I would say is that's definitely worth a watch, and it may even end up being one that you watch more than once, right? Netflix has really done its thing this year. I mean, if you think about Merry Little X's, Champagne Problems, My Secret Santa, like, there's been some really good stuff on there that I would say would become annual traditions of watching this. What they really need, though, is a Christmas movie channel, so to speak, like an app within the app that only shows Christmas movies, and that not only shows them from this year, but over the past 5-6 years that they've really been in the Christmas movie making business. And I think that would be a really good thing for them to do. If you're listening, Netflix, do that, honestly, because I would love to watch something like that. All right, so the next movie is Christmas Every Day, and this was a Lifetime movie. Now this is the one with Brandy Norwood and her daughter. If you know the singer Brandy and her daughter Sarai, they played sisters in the movie, and they look like they could be sisters, which is really sad because Brandy's her mom. Sad for anybody that's got to watch, not sad for Brandy, obviously. They were both just gorgeous, and you could not tell. Brandy looks like she's her sister. It's sickening. It's really sickening. Anyway, the premise of this movie is Fancy is determined to uphold her father's cherished Christmas traditions, but things aren't a smooth ride. Through all of the chaos, she learns valuable lessons about faith, family, and the true meaning of Christmas. Okay, so not only does Fancy, Brandy's character, go back home and have to get in the middle of the Christmas traditions, and her father has passed away, right? So she's dealing with the death of her father. Let me tell you something. Dealing with the death of a parent at Christmas time is just the suckiest thing to ever have to deal with. And then, especially if they had like strong traditions, like my mom, she was totally Christmas crazy. So every time this time of the year comes, I think I get a little depressed. Although I wouldn't call it that, but I think I feel a little depressed around this time of the year for that. And so she's dealing with all of that. And then her sister, which is her daughter, Sarai, is getting married. And Fancy is a clothing designer. And her sister is, I wouldn't say she's full out bridezilla. I would say though she probably had a couple of like bridezilla moments. But there are some things like when you're planning a wedding, you got to be selfish in some ways, right? And so I think she was asking things of Brandy's character that did not take into consideration all that she was dealing with at this moment with her boyfriend, with this. But let me tell you, so I wouldn't give this movie high ratings, but for this one thing in the movie. So she was dating this guy, and I think at the beginning of the movie, she really wanted them to be a couple, right? She wanted to get married and all of this kind of stuff. But her whole life was centered around him and making him better and supporting his desires and doing all of this, right? So when she got away from him, she really got to focus on herself. So at the end of the movie, and I'm not going to give anything away, but these lines just stuck with me. He said during this like a tense conversation about the relationship, he said, "You've made me a better man." And she said, "But I'm not better." And I was like, that is a whole sermon right there. That's a whole sermon. Because you can give so much of yourself to make someone else better that you're not focused on what you need, what you want to do. You're not becoming a better person, but you're helping make them a better person. I know a few people like that in my life, where they have almost lost themselves because they give so much to propping their significant other up, right? And you need to be in relationships that make you both better, not just you make them better, right? And when I heard that, I was just like, wow, this probably wouldn't have gotten such a high rating from me, except for that resonated with me. Sometimes there's lines in movies that just resonate with you, and that just totally resonated with me, because I was trying to think, like, I've been in relationships and I have been like focused on other people and making sure they're good, but I'm not necessarily becoming a better person. And it just hit home. So for me, Christmas Every Day was, I would give it 3.5 stars. Three to 3.5 Christmas trees. Okay. It's, some of the acting uh, is not that great, but there are some really poignant moments, and there are some really great lines that will make you think about your own life. And I think from the personal aspect of it, you'll get a lot from watching that movie, even if you just watch it once. So I would give that 3 to 3.5 Christmas trees. All right. And my last movie today in my ratings and reviews is An Alpine Holiday. So this one starred one of my favorites, Ashley Williams, and then Lacey Maley, and then Julian Samani. Goodness gracious, Julian Samani. Whew. Let me tell you, that man was beautiful. He was a beautiful specimen of a man. Okay. But the premise of this movie is two vastly different sisters follow their late grandparents' steps and experience everything the French Alps, has to offer, including romance. All right. So for me, this was actually a big surprise hit. I had actually not planned to watch this movie. And then I told myself, yeah, I'm going to just watch it for 15 minutes. And then if I don't like it, I'm shutting it down and I just won't feature it on the show. And I ended up not only watching this one time, but I have now seen it twice because it's that good. Guys, this is really good. From the dialogue to the relationships to the kind of adventure. I mean, to me, it hit all the feels. It gave me all the feels, right? What I want to say is that the main relationship in this movie is between sisters. That's the main relationship between one sister who is kind of adventurous and takes chances and takes risks, and one who is very risk averse. And it's their relationship with their parents has kind of driven that, and their relationship with each other has kind of driven that. But now they've lost their grandparents, they've lost their parents, they've lost all the things, right? And so now now they've got to kind of deal with each other and their differences, and they've got to do it in the French Alps with a guide. Let me tell you about this guide. You could actually watch the movie to look at the guide. He is gorgeous. I've not seen him. I can't remember seeing him in Christmas movies before. I don't know if he's like a new star for them, but I have to look him up. I haven't looked him up on IMDb yet, but I don't know if he's been in other stuff. But I can tell you, I haven't seen him before, is what I can tell you. And just kind of looking at him was like, it was so worth the 2 hours. But honestly, the story is great. The dialogue is great. I honestly love this one. Like I said, I've watched it twice already. This one definitely got 4.25 Christmas trees from me. It was good. It is definitely well worth the watch, especially if you have challenging sibling relationships. If you have challenging sibling relationships, watch this movie. It is so good. It is so good to see them kind of work it out. Anyway, An Alpine Holiday, definitely on the list of the good movies. All right, so I'm going to take a quick break, but I'll be back with the hot or not chick picks, and we're going to wrap up the show. All right. It's Christmas in July, and what better way to spend it than reading a holiday story that begins in July and takes us all the way through the big day. As Nikki approaches her 50th birthday, Christmas in July, a sudden revelation sparked by more than just summer heat sends her life into a tailspin. The achievements she once prided herself on, a home, a car, now feel hollow. Her vision board, once a hopeful map for the future, now seems like wasted effort. Her job is no longer fulfilling. Nikki's got it bad. To top it off, her boyfriend Smith proposes, but she's not even sure about him. What should be a celebratory milestone becomes a plunge into despair and a brush with her guardian angel, Jesus, and some sweet potato pie. You've got to read the book to find out the details. I'm just saying. Her guardian angel delivers an ultimatum. Find her second act by Christmas Eve. Failure means she'll spend the rest of her life with dark days. I mean, who wants to live the rest of their life in dark days? With fear of eternal hot flashes threatening her days and nights, she takes on the challenge. Embarking on her second act leads Nikki into the gravitational pull of Evan Goodman, the hot doctor who makes her feel content, and Jordan Devlin, her first love who ignites passion, or a dangerous spark. I mean, in the game of love, who can tell the difference? Caught between the safety of contentment and, well, fire, Nikki must make heart-wrenching choices. Time ticks away as she navigates the path from Christmas in July to Christmas Eve, desperately seeking her true calling, chasing her dreams, and discovering which romantic interest will help her bloom into the best version of herself. The Nick Before Christmas is a hopeful romantic comedy with a little bit of Jesus and sweet potato pie and a whole lot of self-discovery. This enchanting narrative is the perfect holiday read to fill your heart with the warmth of Christmas love. And now, back to Chicks on Christmas Flakes. And welcome back to Chicks on Christmas Flicks. In the previous segment, I gave ratings and reviews for We Met in December, Grand Ole Opry Christmas, My Secret Santa, Christmas Every Day, and an Alpine Holiday. So next up, it's time for Hot or Not Chick Picks. Now, let me give you the rundown on what Hot or Not Chick Picks are and are not. And Hot or Not Chick Picks is really just me giving a super short review of the movie, whether it's hot or not. Okay? And I can keep it as short as I want to. And I can just tell you whether it's worth a watch or not. And if I want to offer something else, I can offer something else. But these are meant to be really short. Okay? All right. So, we're going to start our list off, the Hot or Not Chick Picks off with A Sprinkle of Christmas. Now, Sprinkle of Christmas came on. Actually, it came on right after I watched My Secret Santa. It was an autoplay. And before I knew it, I was in another Christmas movie. And I was like, well, I might as well go ahead and watch this. But A Sprinkle of Christmas, it really centers around a baker, a patisserie, a baker who bakes desserts, and somebody who gave a bad review. It's a food critic who gave a really, really bad review of her of her thing and their relationship. I'll leave it at that. All right. A Sprinkle of Christmas, to me, I would give this a warm. I know it's not hot, and it's not or not. It's warm. It's totally predictable, 100% predictable, but I will say it's entertaining, and it's a good comfort watch. Like, if you need a movie where you just want to watch it and not be anxious or anything like that, like this is your movie. Like, this is new, and it's new. It's 2025, I think, and it's yeah. it definitely is a good comfort watch, right? All right. Number 2 on my Hot or Not Chick Pick list is The More the Merrier. This is a Hallmark movie. I gave this a hot. Another movie I had not planned to watch, and I ended up watching it, and I ended up loving it. Rachel Boston is in this one. This movie is really about when it's the more the merrier. It's like more babies the merrier. Everybody was in labor on Christmas Eve, and then of course there's a big storm and there's no power, so everybody's in labor in the hospital. Big storm, no power, and it's like how do all of these families get through this? So I honestly liked it more than I thought I would. You would think I would know better by now, right? Anytime I go into a movie thinking I'm not gonna like it, I end up loving it. This one will be no different. All right, The Snow Must Go On. I would give this a hot. Yes, hot. The Snow Must Go On gets a hot. Again, Heather Hemmings starred in this one, by the way. Again, it's predictable, but it's so enjoyable, and it has a very heartwarming ending. I don't know if you know this about me, but I love happy endings. I love happy endings. That's why I write romance. I love happy endings. I have to have happy endings. Happy endings make me happy. All right. The Christmas Campaign, which was on Lifetime. Now, two Christmas movie titans starred in this one. Jack A. Harry and what's her name? Vivica Fox. Right? I gotta give this one a nod. Honestly, I was very disappointed. It's not my favorite movie this week or not. This was borderline Christmas turkey. Borderline. Because there was this kind of sweet story about the mother in the story, it probably kept it out of the Christmas turkey realm. But yeah. This was not my favorite movie from them. So the Christmas Campaign gets a nod from me. Like I think that if you miss it, you're probably not missing much. You're not missing much. Number 5 on my list is A Christmas Cookbook. This is Lifetime, right? And it starred Ashley Newborough, which is the reason that I watched it. Let me just say this. If you missed a bunch of Hallmark stars in Hallmark movies this year, and you're like, I wonder what they did this year. Let me tell you, most of them, I would say, there's a huge honking handful of them that made movies on the Lifetime network. And they did like Real One or Nicely movies that got picked up and acquired by Lifetime. So if you only watch Hallmark, you'd have missed it. But there was a ton of Hallmark stars that ended up in Lifetime movies. I'm going to talk about a few of them, and then next episode when I talk about the movies there. But yeah, there was a bunch. And Ashley Newborough, who was in Unwrapping Christmas, I want to say hers was Lily's Destiny. She was in that last year, and then she's done so many other things, like the Flipping Christmas movie. She's done so many movies, and then she kind of did one of those National Forest movies, romance movies, where she was, the ski person, and, she recorded the avalanches and stuff like that. So she's done a lot of Hallmark stuff. But I was glad to see her in a movie. I would give A Christmas Cookbook a warm. It was not hot for me, but it was not. I love her. It was a cute story. It was one watch for me though. This was a movie that to me, I watched once. I immediately deleted it from my DVR. So I watched once, enjoyed it, but it's not one that I want to watch over and over and over and over and over again. All right. The next movie is Man vs. Baby on Netflix. I had to watch this one. It's on Netflix, and it starred Mr. Bean. I don't know if you guys know Rowan Atkinson from Mr. Bean, but I have loved Mr. Bean forever. He is one of the most brilliant comedic actors, physical actors that I've ever seen. Period. Point blank. End of story. Like, full stop. Isn't that what they say in England? Full stop. Full stop. Funny. Physical comedy out of the world. And so when I saw Man vs. Baby and this like kind of tied to Christmas, I was like, I gotta watch it. For me, I like this. So it gets a hot-ish, right? It's not warm. It's not for sure. To me, it was hot-ish. I liked it all the way up until the end, right? I know this is supposed to be over-the-top comedy, right? But I personally like comedy when I can kind of see a joke coming, but I don't know what the joke is gonna be, right? At the end of this one, I saw the joke coming and I knew exactly what the joke was gonna be. And if you're not bothered by that, you're gonna love this. But if you're bothered by that, if that's just too predictable for you, then it's gonna be hot-ish to warm for you. Okay? So fair warning, but watch that movie because it is funny. It is hilarious, especially up until the very end of the movie. It is hilarious. I mean, I laughed out loud a few times. And Mr. Bean is Mr. Bean. If you like Mr. Bean, you're gonna love this movie. All right, and the last one on my list is Fake Yourself a Merry Little Christmas on OWN. So let me give you the premise of this one. This is going to be a little longer review, but I'm going to try and keep it short. Fake Yourself a Merry Little Christmas on OWN. I would say this was more lukewarm, right? I wouldn't say it was not. Like, it was probably worth a watch, maybe one watch, but, you know, it wasn't my favorite movie. I think the acting could have been better. When Maya pretends an unconscious stranger is her boyfriend, she gets entangled with his family's Christmas plans while developing feelings for his doctor, who happens to be her ex. So if you're paying attention, you're totally getting While You Were Sleeping vibes from that description. And you should, because that's kind of the premise, right? The same thing with My Secret Santa and Christmas at Cartwright's, right? It is what it is, right? Very, very close. They took a lot of license with that, but the fact that the doctor is an ex was kind of a twist. And there were a couple of other twists in the movie, I would say, but for the most part, this is not one that I'm going to watch year after year. Now, While You Were Sleeping, I loved. It is what I watch year after year after year after year. I own it. I watch it year after year. Love it. This, Fake Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, I will not be watching again. Not intentionally. And yeah, so, you know, take that for what it's worth. That was on OWN. So if you watch OWN movies, or you happen to catch it on, or you see it where, you can't say I didn't tell you. All right. Now, I think I told you guys before, like, let me just take a pause here and just say that without the miracles of Christmas movies, all the movies that are Hallmark mysteries, the Hallmark actors found their way to Lifetime, right? I mean, they're up in Lifetime. There are several that were in Up TV movies, and several that were in these Netflix movies that I'm telling you about. It's like, oh my gosh, that's a familiar face. So like I said, just because you haven't seen your favorite actor on Hallmark does not mean they didn't make a movie this year. So that is why you've got me, of course, to kind of widen the breadth of movies that you're aware of. But also, go out there and spread your viewing love around because there's some good movies out there. Let me just say this: there weren't a whole lot of bad ones. One of the ones that I'll be talking about in the upcoming episode, you guys not only are going to love it, but you're going to see a whole bunch of Hallmark stars in it. All right. So in the next episode, my ratings and reviews and hot or not chick picks will include The Best Thing About Christmas, which is an Up TV movie, A Christmas Murder Mystery, which is an Up TV movie that's got Vivica Fox in it, Make or Break Christmas, The Christmas Checklist, which is a series on Up TV, A Very Merry Mystery on OWN. I just finished watching that one. I'll have some feedback on that one. Rodeo Christmas Romance Lifetime. I watched that probably a couple days ago. Thank God Christmas at the Keller Ranch Lifetime. I've got words on that. It's definitely going to be a rating and review, and I've got some words on that one. Christmas in Alaska. Hallmark Stars. We're in that one. I'll talk about that a little bit. Lifetime. Deck the Hallways. Oh my gosh. Deck the Hallways. I have so much to say. Loretta Devine was one of the stars, and there was another star that you probably will know from a few Hallmark movies. And I will say Deck the Hallways, man. That was a beast of a show. That was a really good movie. The Christmas Showdown, that was on OWN. I'll be talking about that a little bit. Single on the 25th. I'll be talking about that a little bit. That was, and I love Lindsay Fonseca. She starred in that one. That was pretty good. A Sweet Holiday Romance with Jessie Schramm. She was in that one. Merry Missed Connection. I just talked to you guys about Missed Connection movies, so that I think that was a Lifetime movie. And then there's a couple more. There is a Runaway Bride for Christmas and a Pickleball Christmas, which I will cover in the next episode. So just stay tuned. These are going to be coming out back to back, right? So once you finish listening to one, you can go listen to the next show. But anyway, so that's going to do it for today. Please stay tuned. More news and reviews and hot or not chick picks coming. Thank you to my music and show editor, Will B. He created all the custom music for the show. He's at Wildcard Music, and you can find his IG page in the show notes. Until next time, remember, at Chicks on Christmas Flicks, we can never have too many Christmas movies. We can only have not enough Christmas movies. Please don't forget to subscribe, leave a review on your favorite platform, and tell your Christmas movie-loving friends about the show. Where can you find it? I'm so happy you asked. Podcast platforms, Amazon, Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, and many, many more. Check the link in the show notes. Follow the show on Twitter and IG at Chicks Christmas Flicks. And thank you for listening. I will see you really soon.